Hi everyone, today let me tell you the story about Netflix. First, I will talk about the founding story of Netflix. Let's start with the video.
Look at my ego. You like my ego? I love it!
Have you ever seen Strange Things on Netflix? Do you remember the small town called Hawkins from Strange Things? A seemingly ordinary place hides an entrance to the upside down world. There, the rules are being turned upside down, with both danger and opportunity, as in the video rental industry in the 1990s. At the time, people were required to pay late fees for forgetting to return the movies, a pattern that seemed to become the default rule, just as Hawkins' restaurant became accustomed to the small-town life. However, Reed Hastings and Mark Rendon don't like these default rules. Like the children in the play, they discover the new exit, which is a new service model with no late fees that completely subverted the industry at that time. However, the idea was not received, even when it was rejected by Blockbuster in 2000. Imagine if Netflix had been successfully acquired by Blockbuster, would it still be this situation? Now, let's move to the practice of Netflix management control system. In Strange Things, the upside down world is an uncharted territory filled with danger, where the kids use their wits and unity to overcome threats, while Netflix manages to emerge from adversity through its unique management control system. The first is freedom and responsibility, no rules. Let me ask you this. What if your employee don't need to request vacation approval? What if there is no expense policy? How much trust are you willing to place in your team? That's what Netflix do. Netflix let employees make their own decisions on vacation and reimbursement. You may ask, won't this freedom be abused? Let's take a look at Hastings' answer.
So this is definitely head scratching for some people thinking about this. They go, but wait a sec. There would always be someone who would cause huge annoyance by abusing this policy and constantly taking time off. What happens then? That person just gets fired because they're suddenly no longer really supporting the culture? How do you avoid that?
Well, let's take a case of someone takes every other month as vacation, but they're just incredibly productive. And when they come back, they've got all these fresh ideas that are amazing. I mean, I would fight to keep that person. So it's really not about, how many hours you're in the office or how much you work. It's trying to get to the contribution. And let's take a case where, if someone did abuse it. Sure, but again, that might be 1 in 100, 1 in 50. And the whole theory here is we're not focused on efficiency. We're focused on flexibility and inspiration. So you have to say there's going to be lots of little things going wrong, but in the big scheme of things, so what? And what you really want to care about is a group of people who are just always trying to think creatively. How do we serve the customers better? How do we grow the business? And if you've got everyone thinking independently about, how to please the customers, how to grow the business, it's very powerful.
I mean, you talk a lot in the book about how combined with that letting go of control, you need to establish context. So that people basically get the sense. So another control, for example, that you have let go of is expense management. There aren't really expense rules, but there is, I guess, modeling by managers. And I assume that there's some kind of understanding of what is normally okay. For example, the circumstances where someone could just book a business class flight, for example, versus economy, that becomes part of the cultural expectation somehow.
Yeah, I mean, the guidance or context that we give is do what's in Netflix's best interest. So if you've got to be, you're flying overnight and then you're going right into the office and you've got a big presentation, it definitely makes sense to, get sleep well on the flight and that. So think of it as makes people have to think, is this the right thing to do for Netflix? And if it is, they can order champagne. I mean, if that's the right thing to do and entertaining some, host, it's fine. We don't have to set rules about it. But in general, you may have to defend why it's in Netflix's best interest. And, on occasion, we do have people who, are hugely extravagant and cheat on the system, basically. And then they're gone. But you can't worry about the little mistakes or you'll get consumed with them. What you're trying to do is keep it healthy for everybody else, where it's very simple and they don't have to seek permission, for each little thing.
But humans.
The second is flat organizational structure and global culture sensitive. Netflix uses a flat organizational structure that reduces traditional systems and allows employees to communicate directly with leaders, which promotes rapid decision-making and innovation. As a global company, Netflix paid great attention to culture sensitivity, launching local contents in different countries, such as the South Korean drama Squid Game and the Spanish drama Money Heist. This sensitivity has helped Netflix build a diverse subscriber base and a high degree of brand identity worldwide. And Netflix currently has more than 80,000 titles with a total viewing time of close to 100 billion hours and an estimated 282.7 million paid subscribers worldwide. Although Netflix gives employees a high degree of freedom, I suggest that Netflix can introduce the internal cooperative evaluation system, which can not only further improve the efficiency, but also promote the innovation. So now, are you ready to be part of Netflix? Let me see your hands. My presentation is over. Thank you.